Wouldn't it be fun to find a pirate's buried treasure? Unfortunately, pirates rarely buried their treasure in real life. That's something that mostly happened in stories. There are shipwrecks with sunken treasure, but you have to have special permission as well as lots of equipment and diving skills to find that. On the other hand, in friendship, there is such a thing as buried treasure, and it may be easier to find than you think. Take a listen. Hi there, I'm Dr. Eileen Kennedy Moore, also known as Dr. Friendtastic. I'm an author and clinical psychologist based in Princeton, New Jersey. Each week on the Kids Ask Dr. Friendtastic podcast, I answer a question from a kid about making and keeping friends. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, you can send it in at drfriendtastic.com/submit. That's drfriendtastic.com/submit. Let's hear today's question.
Hi, I'm Georgia and I'm 10 years old. My question is, how do I become friends again with my old friends who I've not played with for a very long time?
Hi, Georgia. Thanks for sending in your question. Those friendships from long ago are your buried treasure. They may be covered by the dust of time because you haven't gotten together recently. But if they were strong friendships before, there's a very good chance that you'll be able to unbury them. Now, it sounds like you want to reconnect with your old friends, but you're also worried about it. Maybe you imagine that you'll feel awkward and not know what to do or say. Maybe you feel guilty about not having been in touch. Maybe you're scared that they'll respond negatively or even get mad and demand, "Why are you talking to me?" Research with adults shows that we tend to underestimate how happy old friends will be to hear from us. Telling someone you've been thinking of them shows they matter to you. It's an act of kindness, and it usually gets a positive reaction. If you're feeling guilty about not reaching out before, well, the best way to fix that solution is to reach out now. The sooner you reach out, the sooner you can rebuild a connection that you might both enjoy. Okay, so how do you reach out to an old friend? That depends on how you generally communicate. If you have access to texting or email, you could start by sending a short note expressing interest in your friend. Just sending, "Hi, thinking of you, how are you?" might be enough. Or you might want to acknowledge the distance between you and also mention a happy memory of something you shared. You could say, "Hi, it's been ages since we talked. I was practicing soccer yesterday, and it reminded me of when we used to be on the same team. That was so much fun. How are you? Are you still playing soccer?" What if you're nervous about sending a message? Here's a hint from research with adults that might help. First, message someone you're comfortable contacting. That's like your warm-up round. Then reach out to your old friend. If you can see the old friend in person, that's even better. Walk up to them, give them a big smile, and express happiness about seeing them. You could say, "Hi, it's great to see you. How've you been?" You could also approach your old friend with a sincere compliment, like, Your drawing looks great. I especially like how you did the background. If the old friend is already involved in some game or activity, use the watch then blend formula to join in. Watch what the other kids are doing, then slide into the action without interrupting. That's how you make the transition to playing together. Once you've made the first contact, in person or by messaging, then you could invite them to get together to do something fun with you. Having fun together builds friendships. Your invitation shows your old friend that you like them and you want to be closer than you are now. Be patient and persistent about being kind and interested with your friend. It can take time to rebuild a friendship. But what if your old friend doesn't want to reconnect? Maybe they're too busy with activities you don't share, or they have plenty of other friends, or they're still mad at you because of something that happened a long time ago. That's possible, but you'll be no worse off than you are now. I also think it's unlikely that you'll get a negative reaction to reaching out with kindness. Go ahead, try reaching out. You just might unbury the treasure of your old friendship and make it even better. This has been Kids Ask Dr. Friendtastic. You can learn even more about friendship through my funny and practical books for kids, Growing Friendships, a kid's guide to making and keeping friends, and Growing Feelings, a kid's guide to dealing with emotions about friends and other kids. They're available through your library or wherever you buy books. Parents, check the show notes for a link to get my free guide featuring 12 ways to help your child make friends.